Hello and welcome. Excuse me. Hey, Jeff. Oh, he didn't hear me. Hello and welcome. How are you? This is Alicia from the Chardon Sign Check, coming to you live from Chardon, Ohio. And let me just finish getting set up here. Trying to get everything going. Welcome. We're so glad to have you here. I'm Alicia, and I am the ambassador for the Stencil Smith. Let me just see if I can get up here. Hey, Bonnie, how are you? I hope I can see comments today. I hope they've fixed that, where I can see them more than just a couple. That would be nice. I don't know whether I'll be able to. Oh, it looks like. Oh no, that's the worst. I am in my dining room. It is hot. And it is humid. Thank you for letting me know, Bonnie. I would have worried about her. Hi, Sherry. Hi, April. How are you? Welcome. This is Alicia, and if you're joining me, hi, Stacy. Looks like comments may work. Let's do the fingers crossed. How nice is that? Let me just see if they keep going before I swipe them away on my other device. As you're hopping on, please say hello. Please make sure to sprinkle. So this is what it means to sprinkle. They say I can say this now, or a couple people have. Hi, Sharon. Oh, it looks like my comments are going to work. So I'm going to swipe away my one device, but keep them on my third device. Okay, there we go. That way I can see better. You got Thursday off, then summer school starts. Ooh, dilated eyes are the worst. I hate those. Those are horrible. I got those. I get them a lot. I only get them once a year now, but I had a detached retina, and oh my gosh, one year I felt like I had dilated eyes every week, and it was just horrific. It's a horrible thing to go through, and eye surgery is not fun. Hi, Susan. Hi, Sandy. Hi, Sharon. Hi, Nancy. Hi, Chris. Thank you, Sherry. Yes, make sure to sprinkle. So the giveaway today for sprinkling is going to be this beautiful stencil. This is number 10421, and this is an extra small. Look at that beautiful kind of like tile pattern. It's really, really pretty, and it is a repeating pattern. It would be easy to repeat this. So it's just absolutely gorgeous. Hi, Kimberly. Hi, Bronwyn. But this is the giveaway today, so make sure to sprinkle them right sprinkled in the comments. Invite your friends, share it into craft groups that you're allowed to share this into. We would really appreciate it. It helps me grow. It helps April grow. Plus, we want everybody. Hi, Jessica. Isn't it, Chris? Thank you for sprinkling. We want everybody to discover just how great the Stencil Smith is. I know it and you know it, but we want everybody to know what a great company they are. So I meant to bring my 20th, the magnet I got, but I did not bring it in. So hopefully I have everything, because like I said, I had to come inside. It is so hot outside. It is unbelievable. I'm sure where you are too. It's not just the heat, it's the humidity. It's so humid, it's just oppressive outside, and the paint takes a long time to dry. So hopefully we're all set up for it. But I'm in my dining room, so my husband's like, I'm going downstairs for a nap. Yes, welcome back from vacation, April. We did miss you. Sherry did a wonderful job, and we sure appreciate her last week filling in for April and pulling the winner last week. That was such a nice thing that she did. Thank you, Stacy. So this is the stencil we're doing today. It's 10436, and it's a 5.5 inch stencil. That's what I'm doing. I believe it goes up to 11.25 inches. I think there's 4 different sizes. But I wanted to do these as minis and a grouping. is what I would like to do. So they are on sale today and tomorrow for 20% off, and you can save an additional 15% with my code SIGNSHACK, SIGNSHACK. Oh, this is so weird. Even my third device is in real time. Wow. That's never happened before. That's why I'm so blown away. Well, for once, Facebook changed something, and it seems like they changed it for the better. So how nice is that? Usually it's like, oh, they took this away. I don't know why they did that. But this time, this is really, if you do lives, you'll understand. If you don't, you won't. But it's a big, nice thing. Usually my comment device is on a delay. And I wasn't getting comments for a long time. So what a nice surprise. But anyhow, I think I was telling you it's on sale today and tomorrow for 20% off. You can save an additional 15% with my code SIGNSHACK. And you can also, anytime you SIGNSHACK, to save 15% day or night, any day of the week. That is valid all the time. So hot and humid in Oklahoma too. I bet it's hotter there even than it is here. I think we're about 86. And yeah, I don't know. I've done them inside before, Donna, and that's never happened. That's just really wild. I don't know. That's the first time I've ever seen that happen. So I'm going to set that aside, my little board. And like I said, make sure to sprinkle. This is the giveaway right here, which is easier to see on this black. So I'll set that aside. I'll show it a couple times during the live just to show you what we're giving away. And if you haven't after the live, not now, but make sure to like, share, and follow my page and the Stencil Smith as well. And make sure to join. Yes, they are so quick, Debbie. It's unbelievable. Hi, Mitzi. How are you? I forgot my train. Oh, make sure to join Paint and Chip with Stencil Smith too. So I have cut these big chunky blocks. So they're 2x6s. They're a little rougher than like the normal, because it's like construction grade. I have been buying the better premium pine at Lowe's, but I wanted a real chunky one for these. I'm going to do like a grouping, and I'm going to do a little Spanish moss on the top of one. I think it's going to look really cool with a little dowel on it. So we're going to get started, and they are 2x6s that I've cut, I think about 6 inches big. I mean, basically I just put the stencil on it and then cut it. That's all I usually do. Unless I want something, you know, like you could put one of the cute little freebies on the bottom of these if you wanted, that you get. That would look really great. So I'm going to start, and I did pre-distress these just on the sides, outside, because I didn't want to be standing in the house. So that's basically why. So we're going to start with the daisy one, and your stencils, they're always going to have, let's see, the number, there you can see it. C10436, this is the 5.5 inches, and it's a 3-piece set. So even though there's not 3 layovers, they all 3 come together, which is pretty cool because the minis really don't. So hi Dorinda, how are you? Hi Kathy, thank you for sprinkling. So I'm gonna lay this down, and if you're like, oh, which way should it go? You could look at that, but you could also, this raised number goes in the bottom. So, oh, thank you, Caroline. That's very sweet. So I'm going to angle you down, and we will get started. And look at that. I did remember to bring tape in. I remember the first time I did a live in here, I forgot to bring tape in. I had to run to my office and get cellophane tape, which did not work nearly as well. And painter's tape works really well. See if this can come down a little further. It can. I think that's as far as that goes down though. Okay. And so these are the 5.5 inch ones. And I've plotted my color course. Hopefully there will be no changes because the rest of my colors are outside. I even wrote a little bunch of notes, as you can see here, for the daisy, the rose, and the sunflower. But the surprising thing is, it did not take me as long to do this time. For some reason, I had a really easy time picking these colors out. Usually I really struggle with these stained glass. I'm like, ooh, I want this one, this one. But for 3 different ones, it went pretty easy, and I tried to tie polish some similar colors in. So I've got my plate, and I'm going to start with the daisy, and I am going to do a base of slate gray. So all of them I'm going to base in slate gray, and somebody in the group last week was asking about getting colors to pop on blacks, and I did end up sharing the I don't know if it was the bee or the dragon, I think it was the dragonfly video, to show her, but this is what we do. We just do this little bit of gray, and you just want to get a little bit on your brush, and I always use the stencil. Hi Becca, how are you? Thank you so much. So you get a little bit on this brush here on the tip. You can see there, you don't need to dunk it all the way in. You just need a little bit of paint on the tip of your brush. And I like to offload onto shop towels. They're very absorbent. And once I use the outside, I can pull it apart and use the inside. So I'm going to very quickly, after I've taped this down, I don't use any kind of adhesive. I'm going to swirl this lightly on here to get started, because we want to have that that gray base. You could use white, you could use like a really light blue, I've used light blue before, I've used white, like a taupe, but I typically, my go-to color for basing, if it's a dark color, not just black, like say a dark brown or a really dark navy, is to base it in gray. The white, for some reason, you see the edges more often. So it almost looks like you have a white outline. Oh, hey Letty, how are you? Yeah, definitely, it changed my life, Letty. That's all I can say. When I started using slate gray, which that white looks really good sometimes. Sometimes I didn't mind it. You know, it looks like a little highlight or something like that. But if you don't want that white there, then you got to go back with a liner pen or a liner brush. But the gray works really well. You know what I didn't get? I didn't get a baggie. So give me just 1 second. Doggone it. I thought I had everything. But I just have to go to my kitchen. Hopefully that is the only thing that I forget. So I always put my brushes in a baggie with a wet wipe when I'm stenciling. And yes, it is so muggy. I may be in the dining room all summer. I don't know. I can take heat. I just cannot take, I can't take muggy. Muggy is not fun. So this is the daisy. So I am going to use warm white for the petals, and we'll just do all the basing, and then we'll go back and do the highlighting. And we're gonna grab some more brushes. I brought a lot of brushes in. I could probably use a bigger one for that. And again, every time I just pick up new paint and I offload onto the shop towel. Every single time I pick up paint. So we're gonna do a white here. And that's almost too big. I should have chose a smaller size, but that's okay, I'll make it work. Okay, so we got the white for the base. not for the base, for the center I want in Sunny Day. So let's get some Sunny Day out. And I will, hello Tom, hi Donna. I will list the colors after the live. Sometimes it takes me a minute because I'm usually starving when I'm done. And I try to clean up my mess, especially my brushes. I might let my stencils sit till the next day. That's rare, but I definitely like to clean up. So we got our Sunny Day, and I think I'm doing Foliage Green. Hi Mary, how are you? Oh, we're so happy you can join too. Where are you headed, Mary? I hope it's somewhere fun. Maybe it's just home, I don't know. So let's get this, and this is Foliage Green. And I am gonna do the leaves in that color. And I just love these. I'm the one who asked Pete, can you make like some mini stained glass? And I've been dying to make them. I just never seem to get a chance. I don't know. I have less time now that I am older and not working full time than I did when I was working full time. I don't understand it, but it happens. Let's see. Let's get some Whispering Turquoise for the sky here. Ooh, New Orleans. I've never been to New Orleans, Mary. My husband's been when he was in the Army. He was actually stationed in Fort Polk, Louisiana. I don't know where in Louisiana that was, but he said that that was like one of the hottest, that was like the worst. I guess I shouldn't say worst. I don't want to offend anybody that's like in Louisiana or anything like that. He just said he was not used as an Ohio boy to that heat and humidity. So we're going to do some Whispering Turquoise. And hopefully this all looks good when we do the shading and all that stuff. Stained glass ones have a tendency to look really weird, and then you pull it off and it's that aha moment and you're like, oh, that's beautiful. So I think that's the only sky, and these are going to be the border of the stained glass. And let me see what color I had for the border. Light Orchid. See, if I wouldn't have wrote all this down, I'd be on here and I'd be like crazy. The slower you get. Yeah, I believe that. Me too. It's just, I don't know. I feel like that's great, April. Yeah, April came up close to me and got to enjoy Lake Erie, and we had, you wouldn't have liked it this week, April. Woo. Plus we're supposed to have chance of rain every day, but boy, she had a beautiful week to be on the lake. So this is Light Orchid. I don't think I've used this color yet. So let's get another brush here. And this is going to be, and this one is where I even brought some of the micro brushes in. This is where that, those smaller brushes are going to really come in handy. Because the great thing about having all these smaller brushes is that you don't have to do a ton of offloading. Or not a ton of offloading. I don't know what I'm talking about. A ton of taping is what I meant. So let's get my little heat gun out. And we are going to give it a quick dry here. You don't have to, Donna, at all, but since I was just doing the whole thing in gray, like the rest of it, it was just easier for me. You certainly do not have to, but you might have to do 3 coats of white because sometimes white takes a while to dry. And just so you know, oh good, we're in a drought. We haven't had any rain. Even this morning, Jeff was like, yes, I'm not gonna have to water the plants, and it did not. I think this is sunny day. Let me see here. That's my white. And it just barely, it thundered for about a minute and it just barely rained. So let's get a second coat of this white on here. And this is warm white, which is one of my favorite whites. Really like it. And like I said, I probably could have used a smaller brush, especially this. I was looking at the big petals on this. And then we're gonna get some of that's Sunny Day. So let's do our Sunny Day again in the middle here. I love the stained glass. Besides doing gnomes and painting like the beards or chickens and painting chicken feathers, I really, really love doing the stained glass ones. They are so fun. I just got 2, that's the blue. Okay, so we'll do the Whispering Turquoise here. Hopefully I don't start getting, there's gonna be so many different colors going on. I think I counted like 17. That's a lot of brush washing. You had rain all day yesterday. We have not really had any rain in probably about 3 weeks. Saturday, it clouded over. It got really windy for about a half hour, like really gusty. There was no thunder at all, and it just barely, it wasn't even enough of a sprinkle. That's the green, to get out of, to like get out of the weather, you know, where you run for cover. It was just barely a sprinkle and then it just quit. So we're very dry here. Our ground is cracking. So I'm doing 2 coats on all of this. And I'm probably going to need the really little ones for the shading. And again, every time, if you're new, every time you dip that stencil brush into paint, you want to offload. Offload, offload, offload. Okay. See, I'm sweating in here and we have the air on. Okay, we got that. We need to do the light orchid. I just got to find the right brush. And that's the one. This is a really pretty purple. And like I said, I know I haven't used it because the cellophane was still over the colors. I gotta order some new paints. So I didn't get a chance to comment, but I did see real quickly before I went in the daisy, I think it was like a daisy chain, a new one that April just put out. So pretty. My daughter's redoing her kitchen table, and I'm going to try and convince her to let me stencil the daisies on it. I think she'll really like it. Thank you for sprinkling, Donna. Okay, so we've got 2 coats on everything here. And let me... I might do one more coat of the white. It's the white. Pretty sure that's the white. I don't want to get the gray by accident. And I might do one more coat of the yellow. The Sunny Day. I've been using this an awful lot lately. Okay. Okay, so let's start doing some shading on this. Let's see what I picked for the shading. Okay, I wanted to do forest green for the shading on the leaves. Oops. That seemed like a nice, fairly bright green to me. So I'm going to get an even smaller brush here. And offload pretty good. And again, it's just like the big ones. I'm just going to kind of shade in here and there. I think I need just a little bit more. Got to get that one too. I can't forget it. Oh, I know. And it looks so cute on a table. I think in one of the mock-up pictures that April did, she put it on a table. And I was like, oh, and see, your husband does that. So I would definitely be like, I think it's Steve. Be like, hey, Steve. I know what we could put on this table. You know, just put it, doesn't have to be on the top, but like on the side like she had it. I think it would look really pretty. Now I want to do a deep ochre. I know I'm like, I want to order the daisy chain right away, but I literally just had a order come, I think Saturday. Let me see, get one of the smallest ones. There we go. So I'm getting some deep ochre. And just gonna kind of shade in the center of that daisy. And then one of my favorites to shade with is soft black. I really like the soft black on a lot of things when I'm doing these. Steve is easily persuaded. Jeff is not easily persuaded, my hubby, but he's very suggestive. Like if I make this suggestion and at first he's like, oh, that sounds horrible. About a day or two later, he'd be like, you know what would be a good idea? And I'm like, oh yeah, great idea. So we're gonna offload that soft black. See, that soft black has kind of a little bit, I don't know if you can tell, but it's got a little bit of a purple tint in it. When I first got it, I thought it would be more of like a charcoal, but I really have liked it. Hey Tammy, how are you? That was an absolutely gorgeous watercolor that you did the other day. I don't know if it was yesterday or the girl on the beach. Oh my goodness. Tammy's just this beautiful watercolor artist. So we're gonna do a little bit, might have to get a little bit more, be a little more careful. But yeah, this soft black, it's really weird. It looks kind of purple. That's why I didn't like it at first. I thought it would be more of like an ash, like a charcoal-y black, a softer black, but it's very purpley. And I am going to use Purple Iris. That's exactly right, Becca. You know the game. They're like, huh. So let's see, I might get the little itty bitty micro for this one, just because this has some very small parts here. I got to do the blue too. What was I going to do for the blue? Did I pick a color? I did not. You know what? I have some Victorian blue. I could use purple though. Yeah, so this micro is really good for these really little ones here. And you just want to give it a little bit, enough color to make it look shaded. It's a really little one. I think I am going to use that Victorian blue, which I'm going to use this blue on the sunflower, but I'm going to use it to shade this turquoise, this whispering turquoise here. That's the one thing I thought I forgot, so I did bring that in, so that's good. So let me pick some of that up and offload. They do have a really pretty, I don't know if it's just turquoise or deep turquoise, that I think I meant to bring up to do this, but this will work, and I'm using it, it'll tie in with the border on the sunflower one. Okay, so I think we've got everything shaded on this. I think it's going to be really cute. So let me take a peek. Ooh, I like it. Oh, it's so pretty. So look at that one. How beautiful is that? Isn't that pretty? That is so pretty. The pretty colors. So we've got one down. Didn't take us very long. Let's set that aside. And I'm going to grab another block here. I'm going to make this the top so I'll have it face you. So we're going to do the rose now. And again, I'm looking for that number on here. And it's right side up. Not that, I mean, if you had it turned this way, it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. It would still work. But with the number down on the bottom, that's like the right side up. So let me get the tape off of the daisy. It is a 2x6 that I've cut roughly, probably about 6 inches. But I just cut it to the size of the stencil. So they're very, see how chunky they are? They're a lot chunkier than, let me get this back here. So this is a 1x, and then this is a 2x. So that's the difference. I don't use 2x's a lot. Oh, thank you, Mary. It's super easy. Hi, Patricia. So see the difference in the thickness? It's a big difference. And these chunky ones can be really nice for sitters and stuff like that. But I want to stack these, and I'm going to put the sunflower on top with like some Spanish moss and stuff like that. So that was what I was thinking anyhow. May not even look that great. I don't know, but I had a thought pop into my head on Sunday, and get that straight. So again, let's get, and if I'd been thinking, I would have based all these, there's the gray. Before with the gray, I could have done that. So I'm going to get the gray and offload. And we'll just start swirling in here. For the roses. I think they're roses. That's what they look like to me, is roses. Especially with the little like rose bud. Ooh, you know what would be pretty? I don't know if you could do it though, April, because of like copyright laws. You probably couldn't. But a stained glass like of the rose with the petals falling, like from Beauty and the Beast. That's what this was reminding me of. It just popped into my head. That would be really pretty. What paint do you use on the block? I used black paint. I just used one coat of, you could use like DecoArt's Lamp Black. I did use, because I buy big things of Fusion in Kohl, which is their black, and I really like a lot of their paints to base in. That's Fusion Mineral Paint, and I used Kohl on that. So we've got that gray there, and we'll just give it a quick little dry. Thank you, Patricia. Oh, okay. Sounds good. At the top, okay, we'll pop it right there so you can see the finished one. How cool is that? That's a great idea. So you can dry on top of your stencil. You just want to make sure that you move it around and don't like hold it in one place. That's really bad for it. So we're going to start with the rose, and we're going to do a new color for the rose, and I am going to do, I decided on Watermelon Slice, which it's a pretty like red pink or pink red, and I think I can use this size. I don't want to use too many of my little ones, and we're going to offload it, and that must be Sky too. So let's do this watermelon here. I don't have a printout of these in front of me. When they're the really big ones, plus my color printer's out of ink. When they're the really, really big ones, I print out a sheet and I write my colors, sometimes by initials, like on sections, because when I'm doing a live, sometimes it's really, really hard to remember what goes where, but I'm believing this is Sky here. That's what I'm thinking. It has to be. I know Watermelon Slice is such a, it makes me want to go out in the garage. We have a big watermelon. We keep a watermelon in the refrigerator when it's in season because the grandkids come over all the time. And let me see, the rose, the borders, the leaves. Okay, the Sky, yeah, that is the Sky. I guess I thought I wrote it. Is going to be, I think this, nope, that's white. So let's find my, I gotta find my Whispering Turquoise. I have all these brushes here, and I think this is the Whispering Turquoise, right? Nope, that's gray. Huh. Oh, I bet that is. Okay, so let's get that Whispering Turquoise again. And offload, and we'll just get the Sky there. But we eat a lot of watermelon, and the grandkids love it, so we just keep one or two in the refrigerator at all times, and they come over, and we just take a big plate out. Oh, I bet that was that would look great. You know what? I'll have to ask my daughter-in-law. Well, she's not my daughter-in-law yet, but in August. So let's get this Sky in here. Just like so. And then we will do, this is part of it too. How did I miss that, guys? Get some more Watermelon Slice right there. That's what I'm not looking at a picture like you might be. So there's part of the rose too. And I missed that. So there we go. Let's see, the leaves. So let's get that green. There's my green. And that's going to be that foliage green I'm going to pick up. No. Oh, those are the leaves. I was going to say, I wasn't putting that on the border. There's a little piece of sky I forgot right there. See, sometimes you don't see these things. And the stained glasses, they may be intimidating. Maybe they intimidate you, so maybe these would be a great one to start with. But it's such a great deal to get all three of them together. Okay, so we got the green, we got the sky, and what did I want to do for the border? Oh, sprout. That's what I was going to do. Let me find my sprout. Isn't that a fun name too? So I'm going to do this sprout here. It's like a green-yellow color. No, I haven't used this one either, apparently. I know this is so bad, but I don't have any scissors right now. Boy, this one's on tighter than a drum. Trying to find the perforated line. Okay, there we go. Get some of that out. And we're going to have to get a new brush for that one. We'll get one of these smaller ones. I think these are the 1/8 brushes. And I'm going to do a border in this sprout. Like I said, I've never used this color before, but I was thinking in my head it might look kind of cool. Kind of glowy. Let's see. Just ordered. Yes, definitely yes. It helps you it is not over your talent level. But on the slate one, yes, I would use a base coat of gray. But I can't wait to see it. I've got the Halloween hanging. I was going to do it last year and I didn't get a chance to. You just run out of time. That's all there is to it. And then you're on to the next season. So that would be a great idea. And then Kimberly, it is not above your talent. Anybody could do these. They're really easy. You just pick a color and then some kind of complementary color. And if you get confused, like I do, apparently, because I forget half of them, so we're going to do this watermelon slice again. Just go back and do some kind of a lighter or darker color, or even a black you can shade with, to make it look shaded. It's just, and I'm not like, oh, I got to shade it here, here, here. I'm just like making it up as I go in corners and here and there. There's no like right or wrong to this. And just as long as you do some shading, it looks really good. So let's do the watermelon slice. And the Whispering Turquoise we're going to do again. I know all these fun names. And like I said, I will list them all after the live. And then I do transfer these. I do download them and I transfer them to my YouTube channel because sadly Facebook deletes the videos after 30 days now, where they used to keep them all the time so somebody could ask me, hey, you did this project, can you find me the link? And it was easy peasy, but now it's not. So that's what I've been doing with all my lives. So if you're looking for them, just go over to my YouTube channel, Sharon Seinshek, and all the Stencil Smith lives are there. So we're going to do this green again. And this is that foliage green right here. And then we have, is that the sprout? Yep. Then we have this fun sprout right here, which is a new color, which I'm going to pair with persimmon. And I didn't know how to spell that. I'm going to show you right here. So that's the name of it, persimmon. And I had to ask Alexa, right there, how to pronounce it. And I meant to ask what it is. I don't know if it's a color name, it's a fruit. Like, I'm unsure what it is. But, so I'm using a lot of new colors today that I haven't used. Yes, Carol, I can't wait to see it. You should, Kimberly. And if you ever need anybody here, if you ever need any help with a project or anything like that, of course I can't physically be there. But don't worry about contacting me. Sometimes I don't always get it right away because I'm not on my phone all the time. But I will get it. And, oh, excuse me. And I'd be more than glad to help you. I know one time I even helped somebody. They couldn't figure out one of the overlays. And I just gotten out of the shower and my hair was all wet and stuff like that. But I called her. We called each other on Messenger. And I helped her. Oh, I got some blue on that. I helped her place it, to piece it. And it's a fruit. I thought it was. Is it good, Carol Ann? Sandy, have you had one? Am I pronouncing it right? That's what Alexa said it was. Persimmon. I'm like, okay, I'm going to bring on my Jamaican mon. That's how I was trying to remember it in my head. I do stuff like that, like word association. I'm going to do just another coat here of this watermelon slice because it seems a little not popping. Oh, thank you, April. I really don't mind it. I don't mind helping people. I love helping people, actually. And Jeff's in there putting potatoes in. He'd be like, yeah, why aren't you helping me make this dinner? It's probably what's going through his brain. You don't think she... Oh, hi, Danica. I didn't see you there. Persimmon. Persimmon? 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 See, I'm getting a couple different answers here, even from you. Well, Alexa must be wrong. Let me get some more of that sprout here. I was looking at it, in my head it said permission or something like that. That's what it said, but I figured that was wrong. This is that sprout. I'm just going to do one more coat of that. Make it real vibrant and glowy. Persimmon. Persimmon. Well, one of these days. Maybe when I'm out in California, if I happen upon one, I'll ask a farmer or something like that. Boy, Josh took us to the Central Valley last year, and the farms were unbelievable. Persimmon, I don't know. It is a puzzler to me. Okay, so what were we gonna do? This is why I wrote it down. Oh, soft black. Okay, that makes sense. So I'm gonna use a little of the soft black. On the rose here. I should give it just a little. The emphasis is not at the end of the word. The color is pretty. I liked it. It's kind of, it looks like it's kind of like an orangey, like a clay. I don't know. It may not be the color of the fruit, but it was kind of pretty. So I'm going to do some soft black in here on the watermelon slice. And like I said, that soft black is very It's very purpley. And by the way, Danica, I loved that sunflower you did, the sunflower stained glass. I saw that on Paint and Share. I just got mine, I think yesterday in the mail. So I'm excited to do it. I'm very excited to do it, but it was beautiful. And Letty, you've been rocking those stained glass. I forget which one it was. You did one in teal and one in green. So the blue, I'm going to use that Victorian blue again. Ooh, it's more than I wanted to get on there. I didn't offload quite enough. You're welcome, Danica. It was a beauty. See, I might have to take, when you do that, just go back over it. Richard Simmons, but Persimmon. Oh, see? I was right. That's so funny. Persimmon? Is that how you say it? Persimmon? See, I can relate to that. That's how I was saying it in my head before I asked Alexa to make sure that I was saying it right. Persimmon. So let's get some of that blue in there in the corners. And then, let's see, we got the green. I think this is that, it is. So this is that forest green. And I'm just going to do some of the tips of the leaves. In there. Oh, took me 15 minutes, but I got it. Yay. Thank you, guys. My son gets mortified when me and my husband can't get words right. So on the sprout, what was that? Oh, I was going to do the persimmon. The persimmon. That's what I was going to do on this sprout. How could I forget that? I've been talking about it for 15 minutes. So, see, I think it's very pretty. It's this one right here. So I'm just going to wait here a minute. I do not know why the feed was lost. I just want to make sure. That it's re-picking up. Can you guys hear me and see me? Well, you can't see me, but I want to make sure before I turn you around. Get your back. I don't know what's going on, guys. Yes, I'm back. Okay, awesome. Now I'm on a time delay, of all things. Okay, guys. Whew. At least I didn't totally lose it. Okay, so let's do the persimmon, like Richard Simmons. Okay. I'm so sorry about that. I don't know. Nobody even called me that time. I just checked. I was on. I don't know what's going on. So good. That was really weird. I thought I had it figured out that if I just put my do not disturb on, that it wouldn't come through, but nobody called me, so I'm glad I'm back. And I don't think I'm in, there we go. So let me just make sure, because this is on a time delay now. Remember how before I said I wasn't on a time delay? I just realized, okay, I am in the window now. Okay. I just realized I'm painting along and I'm like, okay, it's not in the thing, but everything's on a time delay now, guys. I just did, Sandy. Sorry about that. Okay. Let's get this in here. And I think we've shaded everything. So let me take a peek. Ooh, I like this one too. So pretty. What do you guys think? So this is this one right here. Can you guys see now? Because now I'm on a time delay. But how pretty is that? So we've got the daisy and the rose done, and they are beautiful. Love them. So now we're gonna do the last one, which is the sunflower. Thank you. Thank you, Patricia. Thank you, Jessica. So I'm gonna move the daisy out, and I'm gonna leave the rose here as I paint. And we are gonna get started with the sunflower. But I have to find it first. So there's the daisy. It has to be here. There it is. It was under my plate. Okay. At least it didn't go somewhere. Thank you, Susan. I thought I saw somebody ask about the colors too. I will post the colors after the live for each one. So you could totally use your own, but so let's get this sunflower started. Now I'm breaking out in a hot sweat because we lost the live feed. Like now there's nothing worse than when you're going live to have something like that happen. Okay, so let's get started on this here, and we'll leave the rose back here. Thank you, Mary. What has been your favorite so far, guys? Has it been the daisy or the rose? Could end up being the sunflower. So let's get that base coat of gray on there. And hopefully I remember, like right before, when I go to, shade, I'm gonna plug my glue gun in. So if I start shading, give me a reminder, girls, if I don't remember. Both the rose. Remember that song? The rose. Daisies are my favorite. I love daisies. By Bette Midler. Some say or Rose. Wait, Rose, it is a river or something like that. I don't know. But it was very popular when I was in high school. So we'll start again with the color. And I've got so many things here. I gotta find my sunny day. I think this is my sunny day. No, I think that's Sprout. So let's put that aside. This is sunny day. Nope, that's yellow ochre, which I'm gonna need in a minute. Okay, I found sunny day. Lots of brush cleaning, which if you haven't bought the Masters brush cleaner and the so let's just start. We got that coat of gray. We're going to start on the sunflower petals here. the little Heart Scrubby, which I don't have on me to show you, but the Heart Scrubby and the Masters Brush Cleaner is amazing. Conway Twitty sang The Rose too? I did not know that. Did he do it after or before Bette Midler? My friend and I sang that song. Oh, I bet that was very special, Bronwyn. There's one song that my sister, she turned me on to Tyler Childers years ago, and I don't know if you know, Is a River That Drowns the Tender Reed. Yes, that is it. I'm not going to sing for you because I have a horrible voice. Oh, yeah, The Bitter Snow, The Winter. Yeah, it was a pretty song. Hi, Debbie, how are you? But there is a song that Tyler Childers, if you guys know who he is, there's one song he sings, it's called, what is it called? Follow Me to Virgie. And it's really sad, and it's about this boy's grandma that died, but it reminds me kind of my mom. And it makes me cry almost every time I hear it. You love daisies, but also love... No, I think it was Bette Midler. It could have been Janis Joplin, but I remember it was very... I bet it'll be special, Bronwyn. Somebody Google that. I can't Google it. I just remember it was a really big... I think she did a movie called The Rose. My brain's thinking, I think. And what do I have going on here in the daisy? The border, the corners, the center. Okay. But I think she did a movie, and it might have been like her first movie, and she was portraying somebody like Janis Joplin. It wasn't Janis Joplin, but I think it was a Janis Joplin like character. So let's get the middle of this sunflower here, which I'm going to do in burnt sienna. And I'm just going to use a big one because it's a nice big center there. I'm running out of places to offload, so I'm going to have... I think they're part of the sunflower. I don't have the picture in front of me, but I'm making them part of the sunflower. Ronnie Millsap sang first. Thank you, Jessica. I appreciate that. So she says sang first by Bette Midler. But I remember it was a really big hit. I don't know what year it came out. Probably, I used to love Ronnie Millsap. Probably, for some reason I want to say like 1979-ish, something like that. I feel like it was the late 70s, but maybe it was the 80s. I don't know if I was able to see it at the theater. So that was the burnt umber. And I want to do the border. The corners I'm going to do in persimmon. I've got it now almost. Every rose has its thorn. That was Axl. Who was that? What was that group? Guns N' Roses? Was that who sang it? Ooh, well, that's a really little one. Well, I'll use it. I don't want to dirty another one. Okay, so the persimmon I'm going to put in the corners here. Loosely based on Janis. Okay, so I'm not imagining things. It was all coming back to me. Kind of. Maybe. You're singing it in your head right now? Hey, Dorothy, how are you? I'm singing in my head, too. Nobody wants to hear me sing. Trust me on that. I like to sing. I just shouldn't sing in public. Okay, so this is going to be that Victorian blue, the border. But these are persimmon. So let's get these little rascals here. in this Victorian blue. I believe this is the blue I used on the Santa stained glass one, and it was really pretty. We'll just get all these and we'll go back for another one. Thank you, Dorothy. Thank you for sprinkling. And if you're just joining, this is the beautiful stencil that is the gift today, the free giveaway. You just have to make sure to write sprinkled in the comments, and it's number 10421 extra. It's an extra small, but look how beautiful that is. It's so pretty. Really, really pretty, and it'd be an easy repeating pattern. And if you are new, let us know you're new. Make sure to follow me after the live, and make sure to follow the Stencil Smith and join our group Paint and Share with the Stencil Smith. The Stencil Smith is a wonderful company, and they have been around for 20 years. This is their 20-year anniversary. They have over 10,000 stencils. Heck, they might even have like 11,000 now. I don't know, because they have a lot of, like, this is a 3-piece. It might be one number, but it's 3 different stencils. So it's so pretty, isn't it? Isn't the giveaway beautiful? It is. I think it's really pretty. But April and Pete, they're just the greatest people. They're the mom and pop of the shop. And the shipping, somebody told me, I can't remember who, but somebody on this live told me they ordered today and it's already shipped. And that's what happens. They're so speedy. And if you don't get it, trust me, it's the, not if you don't get it, but if it's slow, it is the post office fault. It's never their fault. All their stencils are cut to order. They cut them right there in the shop. And there's multiple sizes. Like, this is the smallest size you can do this in. But they have much bigger sizes too. I think it goes up to 11.25 inches. It is. I agree, Carol Ann. It's a hard choice sometimes, right? So we did the sunny day again, and let's do the, nope, that's watermelon slice, I think. It's so hard to know on some of these. I think that's the, it is. Okay, so that's the raw, I think it's raw sienna, no, burnt sienna. It's got like a little bit of a reddish tint to it. And that's going to be the inside of my flower. And I'm going to get some of the persimmon. I'm just going to keep saying it because I like the word now and I know how to pronounce it now. It's super fast. The sunflower's your favorite? Okay, so let's get these. I'm going to do these corner blocks, as I'm calling them in my head. This color, and then we'll get the Victorian blue for the border. Just go around there. I really like this blue. It's a really pretty. Blue's my favorite color. So I like just about any blue, but this is definitely one of my favorites here. It's a really, really pretty one. I don't know if I did that side or not. I don't think I did. These little ones, these little guys. Okay. Oh no. Deliver by drone. It's probably coming to an area near us sooner than we would know. I could see that happening. So sunny day, we're going to do the deep ochre again. That's deep ochre. Just like we did on the middle of the daisy. So we're going to pick up that deep ochre. And we're going to just shade this sunflower really nicely. So this is like dry brush shading. You can also do a wet one where you float color. Our post office is really rather good. I can't complain. We have a walking mailman, so we talk to him a lot. We're out in the yard doing something, or we might be sitting on the front porch. We're one of the last people on the route, though. Oh, thank you, Jessica. Time to plug up that. I got it going now. Thank you very much. Because I had forgotten, see? I appreciate that. Half the time I have to ask you guys, what was I talking about? Okay, so we've got the sunflower shaded really nicely. Yeah, that's dry. So that I'm going to do, I think I decided a traditional, thank you, Sherry. I think there are certain hubs that are always behind. Probably, Stacy. I need a new brush. Okay, so I am going to shade the middle of that with the traditional burnt umber. So I think I'm going to probably go like around and I'm going to get some more because it's not dark enough. That is not. Let me see here for a minute. It's looking okay. I might have to go back over that in a minute. Or here, let's dry it real quick. Hi, Sheila. Ooh, Yellowstone. I haven't been to that one yet. It is on my list, though. We just did Yosemite, Kings Canyon, and Sequoia in November. And we were thinking about maybe after my son's wedding, we'll be close to Lassen, doing that one. Yeah, I think that's showing better. I might come back and do a little bit more. In a minute. So let's do the corners. I was going to do that in, ooh, sunny day. That's what I had chose. So let me get my sunny day again. You know what? Maybe I'll do Sprout. Since I did Sprout, I think that's this one. I'm going to do Sprout, I think. That's what I'm going to do. So we're going to do a little bit of Sprout there. Okay, and then I'm going to do on the blue, purple iris. So I just have to find, there's my purple iris. And the purples and blue look really pretty together. They always do. And this micro one is super handy. So if you don't have a micro brush, that might be one. And the micro brushes are the eighth of an inch brush. You might want to pick one up for these small, these mini stained glass stencils. Of course, if you're going to choose a bigger size than this 5.5 inch, they're still really handy to have, but they're almost a necessity on this one for a couple of the colors. It looks really, really pretty with the blue. Just going around and looking again. And I hate when they do that. I might take soft black on that. Let me see. I want to take a little peek there. It's like there's this one spot, it just will not pick up color. It's really weird. He is getting married. He's getting married in Big Sur, Bronwyn. Big Sur, but we're going to plan on hitting, because we have time after the wedding, because of course they'll be going on their honeymoon. We're going to stay several extra days, and we wanted to see San Francisco. I'd like to see like Alcatraz and maybe do a trolley and, I don't know, Chinatown. We've never been. Golden Gate, stuff like that. So if there's any suggestions there, if anybody's been there. Yeah, little seeds would be cute, but I did not bring my dotting tool in with me. But it would be really cute. You could use your dotting tool to add some seeds. Yes, burnt umber is a pain. I'm actually going to grab some of my soft black, if I can find it. I think this might be soft black. It is. And I might add some of that in there, because that soft black is kind of purpley. There, that's better. There was just one place it wasn't jiving, but yes, you could use a little stylus or a dotting tool, whatever you want to call it, and dot the center and make some sunflower seeds. That would be really cute. Okay, so I have done all the shading. I'm going to pull this off, and you tell me what you think. I think the center of the sunflower may be a little dark with the black, possibly, but I do like it. What do you think? Do you like that? Yep. That's all you have to do. You've got it, Deborah. So we've got that. We've put some soft black on that. So I do want to, so I'm going to make this as an arrangement, but look how cute they are. Oh my gosh. Like, I'm so happy with them. I think the daisy's my favorite. But I'm going to stack them like this, but I am going to put, I think I brought some E6000 up too. Hopefully I didn't lose my little dolly, or it's a little, I forget what you call it. So let me get my Spanish moss here, and let me find my E6000. And I'm using my hot glue gun, but on, yes, I can. It's a little dark. So, and the diamonds were leaves. See, I didn't have my little thing. So I can go back and change this to the green. I'll just slap my stencil right over it. Actually, I might do that right now real quick, just because. So I'm going to show you. So if you mess up, just slap your little stencil back on. And I'm going to grab some of that foliage green. And you said it was the diamonds were leaves. So this is how easy it is to undo your mistake. I'm just doing this now because if I do not, when I have the Spanish moss and stuff on there, it's going to be hard to do this. But like I said, I didn't print my flowers out beforehand. So we'll just do this. There are no leaves. So April says there are no leaves. So that's what I thought. Okay, so let's go back. You need another week at least. Yeah, Monterey. We're going to be there for like 10 days. Santa Cruz. We just watched The Lost Boys with one of our grandsons. Okay, so you guys got time to bear with me. So April said those are not leaves. I didn't think there were any leaves in it when I checked, but you never know. So it's real easy. See how easy I changed that? I'm just going to get some Sunny Day here and go back over that green. Just like so. So if you make a mistake, don't panic. Like, it's easy to fix. And I mean, it's more embarrassing than anything to do it when you're live. But we'll just get that back in there and we'll put some ochre, yellow ochre on it again. As soon as I find my yellow ochre brush, which will be over here. But you can, just like she said, I could have made these leaves dark, like a darker yellow, and maybe highlighted them with yellow. So let's get some deep ochre here. And just again, fix it. That easy. So it doesn't take much. And if I had it to do over again, I think I would make this border, instead of this dark blue, I think I would do this light blue. Now, California is huge, 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 huge. So let's pull this off, but I think I would make this blue a lighter blue, and I think it would really lighten this up a little bit. But let's go on. So I've got my E6000 here, and the reason I'm using this, yeah, orange would be really pretty. Yeah, especially when you're live, right, Danica? I'm not out in the garage, and I do not have my pliers. So we're not going to use E6000. If it comes off, it comes off. But if I was you, especially if you live somewhere hot, these are going in my house. But I would use some E6000 before you did your hot glue, because E6000, glue gun will dry right away, but E6000 takes a little bit. That's why I set it with both. Let me look at this so I can center it right. And I thought this would look cute. And then let me get some Spanish moss. This stuff is so messy. And I'm gonna put some glue down. And this little dowel thing I got on Amazon. And I'll turn this towards you as soon as I'm done, but I got to, orange would be very pretty in the middle. You're right, Donna. But I probably will change the border if I can do this without messing up the top of it, which I think I can. I'll just tape it to the sides. So I'm just glue gunning this. And doing it carefully so I don't. And you could even put a little bow on the front of it. This kind of falls it up. And I'm going to turn this off. I probably will have to trim it a little bit. He's kind of crazy. I'm going to have to work some more glue in there. But what do you think about that with the Spanish moss on top? Just like that. So those are all three. So like if you were doing it as an arrangement, it's so messy. It's like Easter grass. You'll find it forever. Or the glitter stuff. But it is really pretty, and it just kind of does something a little different. But I think I am going to go around and I'm going to change this blue to a light blue after the live, but I'm not going to do it right now. But you can do this on any of your stuff. You could add like a real pretty bow right here, like a little rag bow or something like that. I did make some clay sunflowers. They're not dry yet, but I think I'm going to paint it up like air dry clay, and I think I'll put it like right here. Just a little bitty sunflower. He's about that big, real little. So, but I think I am going to change it because I feel like this needs to maybe be a little lighter, and I might add some of the persimmon. Got it now, persimmon. I thought I had it. I'll add that, but you could always, you know, you could set these separately. You could also do them like maybe as an arrangement like that with the stuff, you know, being on top. I will probably put my polyacrylic matte on it. It makes them real shiny. Let me show you. Even though shiny doesn't really go with kind of the rustic thing, but it looks more stained glass. But this is, just to give you an idea, so this is the bee we did a couple weeks ago. And see, I don't know if you can see the shine and shimmer compared to without. And it really makes it, and this is just the matte. I don't have any like satin or anything like that. And yeah, you're right, Bronwyn. I'm gonna do the light blue for the, because it would, I'm gonna lose all my signs here that I set up behind me. It's a delicate balance back here, you know, stacking things, but you can tell how it is. But thank you, Danica, I appreciate it, as is yours. Thank everybody for joining us. Oh, you know what? Do we have a minute or two? Let me show you a couple of stencils. I know a lot of you look forward to this, so let me do the show and tell. I forgot about it. We're already in this deep, might as well, right? So these are a couple. Now don't forget, these are on sale today and tomorrow for 20% off, but let me show you a couple of these stencils that I've gotten recently. And here is one of them. And this is, of course, one with overlays. Oh, gotta go this way. And it's Love Never Fails. Look how pretty that is. The font's beautiful with the flowers. And then the overlays. And this is number, maybe if I put one of these mats down here, it would be better, easier to see it. But this is number, do you brush on your sealer? I brush it on, Danica. I brush it on with one of the Stencil Smith base brushings. I can't find the number on it, but I know it's on here somewhere, but they're all labeled with their overlays. There it is. It's number 10318, and then this is an 11.25 inch. So to give you, I store them in, Dorinda, if you message me, I'll send you a picture and a link of what I store them in. They're binders, and they have black inserts in them so you can really see them. Yeah, I don't like a lot of sheen. Like I said, that's the matte and there's a sheen to it, but I haven't tried the satin. So, so there's this stencil, but to give you an idea, these stencils come in so many sizes. This is the 11.25 inch, and then this is the 5.5 inch. So look at the difference in the sizing, but you can get them in, you could get this in this size, but you could also get it in this size. But it's a huge space saver, huge space saver. So let me set this aside, and I'll show you just a couple more, and then we'll pick the winner. I know I'm getting hungry for dinner. Jeff's got the potatoes in. I can smell them baking. 10396, and look how beautiful this is. These pretty daisies are just gorgeous. They're very kind of retro looking, I think. Really, really neat. And that is, I think I said it was, this is a medium, but this is like the size of an 11.25 inch too, maybe a little bit bigger. But you will really like them, Dorinda. They're really, I went from having just clothing racks and clothing racks of stencils on hangers, which works well until they all fall, to being able to organize them in books and put it all on one shelf. So this is Be Still My Soul, Psalm 46:10, and this is number 10370, and it's an 11.25 inch. And I just love the heart in the middle, and then the flowers. It's so pretty. And I have a couple more here. I might as well show the whole batch I was going to show. Okay, this is I Have Found the One Whom My Soul Loves. I think this is really pretty. Song of Solomon 3/4. And that is number, and I had these in all a group of like a religious category or biblical. 10333, and this is a small, but that would be really pretty for a wedding. This one would. Very pretty. And let's see what else we have here. Oh, I like this. This would be pretty on a planner outside. I have a lot of maple sap buckets that I make into planners. This would be really cute. Sunshine State of Mind. And you got the 3 flowers. And it is stencil number 10004, and it's an 11.25 inches. And then here is the overlay down here. That's the center of the flowers that go up here. And this is really pretty too. Love. And look how pretty that is. It's 10325. It's a small. And it'll always tell you like this has 2 pieces, and then there's with the overlay. It's got little things in the leaves, little dots in the middle of flowers, and it's just really pretty. Very, very pretty. I probably had that out around Halloween's to show you. And then these, I don't know what these are. Hold on a minute here. This is really pretty. Everything's really pretty. I love everything. So this is number 10377, and this is a medium, but it's a beautiful background. You could get this one, and you could use it on a leaner. Honestly, you could use this at the top, and you could use it at the bottom, and you could put a phrase in the middle. You could use it really lightly in the background of anything. And then the very last one, I swear, is number, no, I thought the number was there. This is 10367, and it's a medium, and they're just beautiful flowers. Really, really pretty. And again, you could do the same thing with this. You're like all of us, we love them all. I know I'm constantly filling, I get an order and I just start filling up my cart again. So this is the, these are the ones we did today. And this little guy here, the sunflower, and I am going to change the border on him. I'm not happy with that because it's too dark and I want it to be more like this blue on the outside. And I think like Bronwyn said, it'll be more cohesive, but it's not a big deal to change it. We're going to choose the winner right now, and the winner is going to win this beautiful stencil here, and it is stencil number 10421. It's an extra small, and don't forget, today and tomorrow these are on sale for 20% off. So April is going to pick a winner, not a winter. See the words. We love the Stencil Smith. That's right, Sherry. We sure do. It landed on Jessica Trivett. Jessica Trivett, thank you not only for your trivia help, but you are the winner today. So, me too, Dorothy. You and me both. But you are the winner. And we really appreciate everybody joining in. Make sure to either message April at the Stencil Smith, like in Messenger, or you can email her at info@thestencilsmith.com. So thank you so much, everyone, and we will see you next week for another wonderful live. And thank you so much for hanging in there. I do not know what happened mid-feed. I have no idea. So congratulations to Jessica. We'll see everybody next Tuesday. Bye-bye.